Hello guys and welcome to today's top 10 tech champions in Marvel Contest of Champions. Champions twice in the first 6 words. Well done me. So obviously you guys would have seen Mutant Cosmic Skill Science already. If you haven't and this is the first one you're seeing, please go back and view that video. I'd really appreciate that. Leave a like on those videos if you enjoyed them. Leave a like on this one if you enjoyed this video. Also leave a comment down below if you are if you're new here, so please do subscribe. But leave a comment if you disagree with this list. If you think there's somebody who I've missed out who should make it, and we'll have that discussion in the comments down below. Join the Discord if you want to see the December 22 list compared to April 23. That will be in there also. And yeah, let's jump into this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get ahead and go in. At 10, in December 2022, 9 and 10 were Penny Parker and Guillotine 2099. Spoilers, they don't make this list. At 10, we've got Shuri, one of the new 7-star tech champs. After the buff, I truly believe she's going to be very good. I already think she's a really good champ. I think she's a little bit underrated in that sense. I think for Everest content, she's amazing. As a defender, she's very difficult to fight against unless you've got a good miscounter like Hercules. But if you don't, she's very hard to fight against. She can do quite a lot of damage into your block. And tied with her at 10th is the new champ in Shocker. Shocker's heavier damage. The damage that you can do on that heavy attack with those vibro charges is outrageous. That is crazy. Karate Mike did a video with like a rank 3 and he did like 300k damage on a heavy attack and it literally took him 60 seconds. He rivals Gallon for quickest direct damage in the game. Or it's not even direct damage, is it? It's damage off the block. It's crazy. I think Shocker, I'm probably actually convincing myself Shocker should be in number 9. But for the moment, Shocker is in 10, tied with Shuri. I haven't seen Shuri's buff yet. This is sort of expecting the buff to be, even if the buff makes her 5% better, I think she's a top 10 champ, and which is why she's shared at 10. Amazing defender, very difficult to fight against, and for Shocker, that damage is outrageous. He could easily go up in this list. So they are at 10. At 9, we have got somebody who was previously number 7, but he's gone up to 9, and that is Stark Spidey. Stark Spidey is a tricky one because I personally haven't played with him. I've seen lots of videos. I've done my research. Don't get me wrong. That's not it's not me saying that I've not done any research and I don't know how good he is. I really do. I love the fact that when you build up his poise charges to then do a massive amount of damage, does make him very, very useful. His evade and AI is quite annoying when he's a defender, unless you go in with a cosmic champ. As an attacker, that's really good at using that to sort of not take much special attack damage. I think is something that shouldn't sort of go under the radar. He has jumped up because I think some champs have come into the game. There have been new champs since my last list who I think are amazing. Shocker, Shuri, and others to be discussed later on in this video. I still think Stark Enhanced Spider-Man is a very good champ. I think the damage that he can do is amazing. I think taking into account him as a defender does sort of drop him down this list. I have said that I'm in my previous videos I'm putting a lot of weight on if they're a good defender or not. Battlegrounds and Alliance War always has been, but it's becoming you need those strong defenders because the community is becoming better at the game. They're able to take out the champs like Ebony Maw and Mephisto and champions like that who so you do need to be a good defender, and I think that is pretty vital. So unfortunately Stark Spidey has dropped down to 9, but don't get me wrong, it's still an amazing champ, well worth the upgrade. At 8 is a champion who is unlike any other, and that is Guardian, because when Guardian is Sig 200, he has outrageous energy resistance, meaning you basically can't kill him. Obviously, that's not true. You can still kill him. It just takes you a much, much longer time. Guardian is a champ who I've, again, not used too much. I obviously have seen him. Guardian is really here for his defensive ability. I think perhaps a little bit underrated on offense. I think as an attacker he can be useful. The not critical hitting is very good for champs like Mr. Sinister. Very, very useful for Guardian. Putting shocks on when you do crit is really nice to have there as well. But it's mainly that energy resistance, you know. There are a lot of champs nowadays who do energy resistance or whose special attacks are energy resistance. And, you know, thinking of cosmic champs in particular, Gallon, both his special attacks are energy resistance, or energy CGR, energy champ. We've also got Cap Marvel movie, energy champ, Hyperion's Blast from his SP1, energy. Arcus, energy. You know, there's a lot of energy resistance champs in his class. Disadvantage that Guardian is sort of able to make better, and I think that is why he's such a strong defender. He's annoying. His SP2 can do big damage, and he comes in at number 8. Previously at 6, so he has fallen a few spots, but we'll discuss that further as we get into the sort of next few champs. The next champ has actually nicked his one of his spots, and that is infamous Iron Man. Idoom, 8. He was previously 8th. He is now 7th. He's only gone up once. But more people are getting Idoom. I think, and that sort of shows, you know, it's starting to show us how good a champion he is. As a defender, he's very good. The similarities to Doctor Doom, you know, if you've got a similarity to Doctor Doom, you're going to be a good defender. And that's what Iron Man Infamous has. But as a tech champ, the regen is really, really effective. Can also be very annoying. The fact that he can power burn, shock and incinerate immunity makes him very annoying to fight against. In particular, having some counters, but like Gallon is a good counter for him, but he's not amazing counter for him. Like, you know, obviously he's good, but he's not your ideal counter. I think Iron Man Infamous as an attacker is, again, you know, we're not seeing too much of Idoom as attacker, but I feel like if we did, we'd sort of see how good he is. For me, he's at 7 because I've not got him yet, and I haven't really used him too much. I would love to take him up, get him as a 6-star and take him up. I do need to open some features to do so. But yeah, he comes in at 7. Very strong attacker, very, very strong defender, and I think we've not quite seen so much from Idoom yet, but I think we're expected to see more. You know, he's highest prestige, I believe, in the game. You don't make a champ like Idoom the highest prestige without having a plan of where us as the community can use him. So yeah, Idoom makes my number 7 spot, and I think he's thoroughly deserved of it. At 6, we have a brand new champ, and that's Ant-Man, or Ant-Man and Future. I think Ant-Man Future might be my most desired tech champ. I think I've also got Ultron. I really love Ultron as a 5-star. Warlock as a 6-star. But Ant-Man Future has some very, very unique abilities, which I think are very, very cool. The fact that he's constantly getting a self-repair is wild. 10% damage, self-repair. Sorry if you can hear the ice cream van out the front of my house. It's very annoying. I wish they'd turn that off. But self-repair on 10%, meaning every time you fight against Gallon, you take... You know, you repair 10%, which makes him actually a good option for fighting against Gallon, because even if you take 10%, you can then heal it up. 10% or do some, you self-repair about 3% of your missing health every time a bleed or incinerate expires, as long as you're not stunned. Again, very, very useful. As a defender, I think the disintegration and power detonation that he also has is really, really good. It's very annoying to fight against. The fact that Hulkling is basically the only good counter hit. If you've got Pierce, a lot of the annoying Ant-Man Future things are turned off. But not many champs do have Pierce, and you know, as a cosmic champ, I think it really is just Hulkling who has it, meaning he's basically the only class advantage really good counter. Even Gallon, you know, he does build up his sort of harvests quickly, but still the amount of damage that Ant-Man Future can do to you as Gallon, he can take you out before you take him out, and I think that is a very, very unique skill for anyone to have against Gallon, especially a tech champ. So Ant-Man Future, Very good. Could be into the top 5 in the coming days, or in the coming months, sorry. But at this point, he starts at 6. At 5 is Omega Sentinel. No change here from last December. Still one of the strongest, or one of the sort of highest attack ratings in the game, or just attack in the game, especially as, or she has the highest attack in the game, I should say, just in front of Mantis and Doctor Doom. I think for EOP, has been really useful, especially the robots one. The fact that you can sort of still, you still get your bleeds and poisons on you, but you regen from them is very cool, very unique. She is a metal champ. She is also a robot, of course, so she is a metal champ. But if you look down the side again, she's got plasma, heal block, incinerates, self-repairs. She's got so much to her kit, which makes her so useful. She doesn't quite break the top 4 for me. I just think I have not played too much with her to understand her enough. I love the champion 4 and 3. You guys know that, so it's going to be hard for maybe a little bit of bias is getting in the way. But I do really like the champs in 4. She's, however, Omega Sentinel is an annoying defender. She is still a very strong attacker, and I think maybe I need to get her to sort of give her well-deserved praise. At 4, I've gone with Warlock. Warlock nips. He's very unique in the fact that he's old. Like, Warlock is an old champ. If you look at sort of the release of the champs in sort of backward, Warlock really, he came out quite a while ago. In 2019, he came out in August 2019, which is about 4 years ago almost. And he's still very useful to this day. We've got his infections stop champs from healing. They also, as a defender, are very annoying if you're trying to heal, or you've got willpower on. That also means that you end up then power drained and burned, taking direct degen damage, which is really frustrating, especially when you're trying to fight him in like EOP and he's doing that damage to you. The immunities he has, dual immunity to bleed and poison, of course, but then also cold snap and frostbite make him a great counter for Iceman. I think Warlock's ability to power drain when your the opposing champ is regenning is very, very useful. It can sort of like someone like Mr. Sinister, who constantly regens, or Wolverine or Weapon X, keeps them to their SP1, meaning they're a bit more manageable. They don't accidentally slip to their SP3. And if they do, you've got that SP1 to keep them down and the SP3 to massively power drain them. The SP2 does a lot of damage, especially while they're infected. And I think Warlock is one of those champs who shouldn't go under the radar, although he is getting old. I don't think he's outdated. I think he is just as useful now as he has ever been, with the increase in mutant champs and effective mutant champs. We are probably due some new mutant champs. The last mutant champ was released last year, maybe the beginning of last year. So we are due some new ones, especially next month, I think, is the Mutant Mayhem, or perhaps the month after next. So we are due some new ones, and I think Warlock, again, will still be able to take those out. But he makes the number 4 spot. At 3 is Ultron. Ultron is amazing. I love Ultron. I think Ultron could even go into the phrase of underrated, or maybe not as rated he should be. Ultron, for me, is the 3rd best tech champ, and I think I'm pretty certain about that. Maybe Ant-Man Future once I sort of see him come out, or Shuri or Shocker are able to take his place. But I think Ultron, at Sig 200, 20% or 80% decrease in the duration of incinerates and, is it shocks? Shocks. Regenning from energy-based damage, 65% regen from energy damage at Sig 200. The constant evading on rotation that that he has, which is really, really good. Has saved me so many times in the past. The bleeds he does on champs with a heavy attack, taking up to 8 bleeds, and these aren't the weak bleeds that you sometimes see on champs like Black Cat or someone like that. These are super strong bleeds, and then degenerations on mutant champs. The fact that he is then able to change to degenerations for mutant champs, I think this is one of the best buffs, and it's not quite appreciated the way it should be. I absolutely love Ultron. By far one of my most sort of loved, and I would really fight for this man. I'd tell everyone how good he is. I think he is a very, very class above the rest that we've mentioned already. And yeah, he makes the top 3. He unfortunately doesn't make 1 or 2 because those 2 champs are just outrageous. At 2, Nimrod still stays at 2. This was really hard. I almost put him at 1. Cowardice, stopping champs like Kitty Pryde, Bishop, amazing counter. The way he shreds mutants is out of this world. It's really nice to see, actually, because obviously there's some champs, especially mutant champs, who are very strong, but he's not just a mutant killer. He can kill anyone with those passive shocks. It is crazy. I think the power drains he has, the unstoppable, unblockable, that SP2 does so much damage. Being able to go into Titan protocol or eradicate protocol is really, really useful. Different ones having different abilities, making him do even more damage. He's obviously bleed immune, he's poison immune. The special lock that he's able to put on means that if you accidentally slip them to their SP2, but you're almost about to kill them, you can finish them off without them hitting you with that extra damage. I think Nimrod is really amazing, as he's also a very good defender. Gallon does counter him quite well, but there aren't many other champs you can take in who are able to fight him off easy. He's a very good defender. That was why I almost put him at 1, because of how good he is as a defender also. But I just think the champ at 1, who is obviously Ghost, the damage that Ghost does, the fact that she can turn those damaging debuffs into cruelties and furies and then do so much damage. Like, I remember the other day I fought her with Gallon. I put 9 incinerates on her from his SP2, and then she dashed back, smacked me, did me for 50k damage, and I died. It was crazy. I was like, oh, well, that's that. But like, little things like that can happen, and you just and that's as a defender. I'm not saying she's a good defender by all means. I think she's easy to fight against. She's easy to dex her special attacks. But as an attacker, that ability to take off damaging debuffs is crazy. And it should be really, really, everyone knows how good Ghost is. She's a phasing champ as well. So it's funny how we've got the top 2 champs are a phasing champ and Immortality champ now, Hercules and Kitty Pryde, and the top 2 champs back in the day was Corvus, an Immortality champ, and a phasing champ in Ghosts. But yeah, she's a great champ. The damage she can do is wild. The abilities with the second best champ in the game in Kitty Pryde, I think, is something to behold. The synergy that she has there, and Tigra, who again is probably 3rd best in her class, maybe 2nd, even 1st if you know how to play her like the people like Fintech and people like that. Then yeah, really love Ghost. Amazing synergies, and she sums up the tech class. Amazing, good damage, but lots of utility. So that is the tech top 10. Hopefully you've enjoyed for April 2023. If you have, leave me a comment down below if you agree with this list. If you disagree, who should be higher, who should be lower. Like and subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other top 10s, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's Mystic video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.